Faust, full version. The endless striving and the redemption of the soul. In heaven, God and the devil enter into a wager concerning a single human being. The devil insists that man, governed by appetite and vanity, will inevitably fall once desire is fully awakened. To him, striving is only disguised pride, and pride must collapse under temptation. God responds not with denial of human weakness, but with a definition man errs as long as he strives. Error, in this vision, accompanies motion. It is the shadow cast by aspiration. This wager establishes the drama's governing tension. Humanity is neither excused nor condemned in advance. The decisive question is whether striving terminates in complacency or continues beyond finite satisfaction. Faust is chosen not because he is innocent, but because he embodies restless intensity. His life will test whether movement is merely a path toward ruin, or the very condition through which redemption becomes conceivable. On earth, Faust stands in his study, surrounded by the accumulated authority of knowledge. He has mastered philosophy, theology, medicine, and law, yet feels a growing void within himself. The more comprehensive his understanding becomes, the more evident the limits of understanding appear. Knowledge has sharpened his intellect but hollowed his sense of purpose. He experiences learning as confinement rather than liberation. In desperation, he summons Mephistopheles. The pact they form hinges not on indulgence alone, but on a condition. Faust himself articulates, if ever he says to a passing moment, "Linger, thou art so fair," then he consents to forfeiture. He defines satisfaction as defeat and resolves never to rest in completion. Thus, the contract binds him not to pleasure, but to perpetual continuation. In the witch's kitchen, he regains youth through a potion, whose mystery he does not question. His aging body becomes vigorous again, and desire awakens with renewed force. Yet the transformation is superficial. The unease within remains unchanged. He turns from contemplation toward sensation, believing that lived intensity may disclose what abstract thought could not. The shift marks a structural alteration of his standard. Instead of asking what is true, he begins asking what is vivid. Instead of seeking wisdom, he seeks immediacy. Youth multiplies energy but does not clarify direction. Faust enters the world of experience with amplified power, yet diminished inward anchoring. His encounter with Gretchen draws him into intimacy rather than abstraction. She embodies sincerity, faith, and moral clarity, and he senses in her presence a wholeness he lacks. For her, love is devotion grounded in trust. For him, it becomes another avenue of expansion. His feeling is genuine, yet it remains centered on his own awakening. The imbalance, though subtle, shapes everything that follows. Seduction entangles innocence with manipulation. Jewels placed by Mephistopheles fracture Gretchen's sheltered life. Death enters her household, shame isolates her, and her child perishes. Faust recoils before the devastation, but does not remain within its consequences. Movement prevails over responsibility, and love becomes a vehicle of destruction rather than reconciliation. In the prison, their paths diverge irrevocably. Faust urges escape and continuation. Gretchen confesses guilt and accepts judgment. Her stillness is not passivity, but moral resolve. Heaven declares her saved, not because she avoided error, but because she internalized responsibility. Redemption appears linked to acceptance rather than evasion. Faust departs once more into the open world. The drama widens from personal tragedy to symbolic exploration. Homunculus, born within a flask, represents intellect. Detached from flesh and history, humanity seeks not merely to comprehend life, but to fabricate it. Yet intelligence without suffering lacks. Depth and brilliance without embodiment lacks weight. The quest carries Faust into the classical realm where he unites with Helena, the embodiment of ideal beauty. Their marriage suggests a synthesis of longing and harmony, as though modern unrest could merge with ancient proportion. From this union arises Euphorion, radiant and impulsive, a figure of poetic aspiration. His ascent and sudden fall shatter the illusion of permanent aesthetic fulfillment. Beauty proves intoxicating but insufficient. It elevates perception yet cannot secure the soul. The standard that rested upon harmony must shift again. Faust continues onward, unwilling to settle even within sublimity. Each sphere he inhabits reveals both possibility and limitation. In old age, his striving assumes political and historical form. He undertakes a vast project of land reclamation, envisioning a future community of free people laboring upon newly won ground. His ambition expands from personal intensity to collective destiny. Yet the project displaces an elderly couple whose deaths stain the vision with unintended harm. The future advances while the present bears cost. Blind and nearing death, Faust no longer sees the landscape he has reshaped. Instead, he imagines generations inhabiting that land, sustaining labor and freedom beyond his own life. The vision moves him deeply. He utters the words that echo his pact, Linger, thou art so fair. According to the letter of the contract, such affirmation should seal his doom. Yet the object of his affirmation is decisive. He does not cling to private pleasure or completed possession. He blesses a horizon still unfolding, a process rather than a possession. His joy is directed toward continuation, not complacency. Mephistopheles interprets the utterance as surrender. Heaven discerns its orientation. Faust's life has been marked by arrogance, error, and genuine harm. He has never been morally spotless, but he has not chosen stagnation. Even in blindness, he remains oriented toward becoming rather than closure. In the final reckoning, the question is not whether he was flawless, but whether he ceased to strive. Within the drama's logic, salvation is not the reward of purity, but the recognition of enduring motion. Man errs as long as he strives, yet striving itself keeps him open to transcendence. Faust's last affirmation does not freeze time, it affirms the future. Thus, the wager concludes not with the triumph of temptation, but with the acknowledgement of a human being who remained in movement until the end.